Tania Capilla had always loved people. She knew that there were many aspects of her life that she could not change, but she also knew that her love and respect for humanity would not falter. Tania was born in Kiev, Ukraine, and was one of 5 children. By all standards, Tania had lived a normal childhood. She had a loving family, she was popular among friends, she got good grades, and she wanted to become a doctor. But one day her childhood was taken away from her. When foreign soldiers invaded her city, they gathered all the people, including Tania and her family, and marched them into a forest. The gathering crowd was large enough to mask the sounds of machine guns and screams. Upon arrival at the ravine, soldiers proceeded to systematically murder everybody in sight. Tania was only 12 years old when she saw her neighbors shot, their limbs scattered around the forest. Although Tania and her family somehow survived the shooting, they were marched to the next station. People continued to be shot around her. At that point, Tania, along with the surviving children, were thrown into a boxcar and separated from their families. Little did Tania know that after that day, she would never see her family again. She was taken to a labor camp to work and prepare food for the very army that annihilated her city, killed her family, destroyed her home, and stole her childhood. There, she worked like a slave in harrowing conditions, completely stripped of her individuality and degraded to something commensurate to the lice emerging from her decrepit body. She was freezing, tired, lonely, filthy, starving, separated from her family, and 13 years old. Tania Capilla was imprisoned in Mulder, a German concentration camp during World War II. She miraculously survived the massacres of Babi Yar, where over 150,000 people were slaughtered. Tania had done nothing wrong. Her only crime was being born in Ukraine as a Jew, a country deemed intolerable by Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler, 2 of Europe's most ruthless leaders. But Tania's life was essentially delineated for her by the hatred of others. Though Tania survived, the insurmountable loss that she experienced is a tragic reminder of what happens when hatred is allowed to prevail.